game, and it decides what cards are played throughout the match and how they are used. Let's take a look at how this is applied. When you start a match, before you even begin to decide which cards to use, you need to first study your opponent's hand. Here are some cards you should always look out for and keep in mind throughout the match. Number 1. Cards with 0 energy cost. Number 2. Cards that can gain or steal energy. Number 3. Backdoor cards. Why are these cards important? Well, in a way they sort of bend the rules of the game. Things like energy gain, for example. Each round both players would gain 2 energies, but because of these cards, they can either spend no energy or generate or even steal an energy from their opponent. You bend the rules of the game and turn it in your favor with these cards because you're not following the standard rule of gaining 2 energies per round. And what are backdoor cards? Remember back in the episode where we discussed positioning? Your tank goes in front and your damage dealing Axies go to the back. Backdoor cards allow you to ignore these rules. These cards allow your Axie, the one that uses it, to attack Axies at the back of your opponent's team, allowing you to take out their source of damage and bypassing their tank. This sounds like it's a lot to take in at first, but over time, you'll begin to recognize cards without even clicking on the enemy Axies. Instead, you'll be able to recognize them by just looking at the Axies themselves. And after a while, you'll be able to figure out the entire playstyle of the enemy team just by looking at the Axies. But that's a story for another time. All of this info just from having a good round 1 preparation. Remember guys, cards with 0 energy costs, cards that can gain or steal energy, and backdoor cards. They're important not because they do a lot of damage, but because they allow you to change the rules of the game. Look out for this. Keep them in mind and try to predict what's going to happen. Or don't, just take their energies. And that wraps up our episode for today. Be sure to like and subscribe for